To bring out Goku's potential as a Super Saiyan God, Beerus creates an energy sphere capable of easily destroying the Earth. Surprisingly, Goku quickly decides to fire a blast at it and detonate it himself. He responds confidently, saying that it isn't such a difficult technique after all. Faced with thousands upon thousands of energy spheres, Goku pushes his Super Saiyan God power to its limit. That's exactly what Beerus wants to see. Beerus suddenly flips upside down and kicks out a massive attack, sending thousands of energy spheres toward Goku. Goku brings his hands together and begins charging a full-powered Kamehameha. With a tremendous shout, he fires it directly at the enormous group of energy spheres. The terrifying force of the attack instantly engulfs them all. A massive explosion erupts, and even Beerus widens his eyes at the sheer power. Although Goku successfully eliminates the threat, he has already exhausted almost all of his strength. While Goku is gasping for breath, Beerus suddenly appears beside him and drives a hand strike directly into his chest. Beerus tells him that this level of strength isn't enough and that the battle is over. Beerus pulls his hand away from Goku's chest. Goku's life force begins to fade, and his body loses control as he falls toward Earth. After some time, Goku crashes into the ocean. Yet the divine fire of Super Saiyan God is still burning within his chest. As he approaches death, the first thing that comes to Goku's mind isn't his wife or his children. Instead, he is amazed that such an incredibly powerful being exists in the universe. The realization excites him tremendously. His emotions ignite the Super Saiyan God power once again. The divine flame rapidly spreads throughout his body, while the wound in his chest heals almost instantly. Goku's Super Saiyan God power has finally been fully awakened. Meanwhile, Bulma and the others are approaching in their spaceship. However, the terrifying auras released by Goku and Beerus begin damaging the ship. Seeing this, Beerus suggests that they move somewhere else. Goku agrees and flies farther away from Earth with Beerus. Back on the ground, Vegeta is watching the battle with his body almost bent backward at a 90-degree angle. Whis casually asks him if his neck doesn't hurt from staring up like that. Thanks to his staff, Whis can easily observe everything happening at the battlefield. Vegeta, however, doesn't even respond to him. After flying higher into the atmosphere, Goku suddenly loses sight of Beerus. Just as Beerus prepares to launch a surprise attack, Goku grabs his hand. Goku tells Beerus that the same trick won't work twice. The two decide to stop relying on small techniques and instead fight each other directly. They separate and unleash their full power. Their energy erupts around them as they roar simultaneously and charge straight toward one another. Their fists collide with tremendous force. The shockwave from their clash spreads through space like a massive wave. Although the Earth itself doesn't immediately appear damaged, the power of the battle is already causing devastating effects throughout the universe. Even distant celestial bodies begin feeling the impact. Old Kai realizes something terrifying. The farther away Goku and Beerus move, the more destructive their attacks become. If they continue fighting like this for several more exchanges, the entire universe could be reduced to nothing. What worries Old Kai even more is that Goku had promised to send him some beautiful women, and that promise still hasn't been fulfilled. Old Kai quickly tries to contact Goku and Beerus, desperately telling them to stop fighting. But their enormous battle auras completely drown out his voice. The two fighters continue powering up, seemingly competing over who can unleash the louder roar. Once again, they charge toward each other and throw simultaneous punches. Their fists collide with devastating force, sending another wave of destructive energy through the universe. This time, distant planets can no longer withstand the impact and are completely reduced to dust. Even on Earth, people are thrown to the ground by the enormous shockwaves. For their next attack, both Goku and Beerus decide to concentrate all of their power into a single strike. The enormous energy surrounding them takes on strange, dragon-like forms before rapidly merging back into their bodies. Their power has reached an unimaginable level. Old Kai is astonished when he realizes that Goku is using precisely the right timing and angle to cancel out Beerus's attacks. Goku had already noticed the destructive effect of their clashes. Only by matching Beerus's attacks perfectly could he prevent the universe from being destroyed. Beerus is amazed that Goku is actually using himself as an experiment to understand the technique. Goku refuses to back down, and the two once again stand face to face. Every time Beerus launches an attack, Goku manages to cancel out its energy before it can spread. Beerus begins mocking Goku, telling him that he should be satisfied. Yet Goku still wants to go even further. Goku simply asks, "So what?" He immediately throws another punch. Beerus is shocked that Goku has actually managed to leave a wound on him. He grits his teeth and quickly retreats. Beerus then forms a terrifying sphere of destruction energy in his hand. Seeing that Beerus is now serious, Goku quickly begins charging another Kamehameha. The two powerful attacks collide once again, and the destructive energy spreads throughout the universe. On Earth, humanity is nearly overwhelmed by the force. Weaker planets are completely pulverized. Old Kai becomes desperate and begins saying his final goodbyes to Supreme Kai. Meanwhile, Goku and Beerus continue their furious confrontation. Goku has reached his absolute limit. He finally has to admit that Beerus is truly powerful. Unable to maintain his strength any longer, Goku is gradually overwhelmed by Beerus's enormous energy sphere. Beerus calmly praises Goku, saying that reaching this level is already an incredible achievement. Suddenly, a brilliant light begins shining from Goku's side. To everyone's surprise, Goku pushes back against the energy sphere once again. Both fighters unleash even more power, causing a gigantic explosion between them. For a moment, the entire universe appears to turn completely white. Has everything been destroyed? After several seconds, the white light finally begins to disappear. The energy created by Goku and Beerus has now been compressed into an incredibly dense form. Whis calmly informs everyone that the world is about to come to an end. Mr. Satan looks at Videl and the unborn child she is carrying. He desperately turns to Whis and begs him to protect them. When he realizes that pleading alone may not work, Mr. Satan immediately tries to offer Whis something he believes will tempt him. Goku is pushing himself to his absolute limit in his struggle against Beerus. Seeing Goku resist so stubbornly, Beerus increases his power even further. The enormous energy sphere can no longer withstand the pressure. It suddenly explodes, releasing a blinding white light. As the white light begins spreading toward Earth, Mr. Satan assumes that everyone is about to die. He immediately steps in front of Videl to protect her. However, as the seconds pass, everyone realizes that they are still alive. Mr. Satan can't believe it. Whis knows better. Beerus explains that he used 100% of his power to completely neutralize the destructive energy, turning it into nothingness. Goku is stunned. He can't believe Beerus had been holding back even more power. Beerus, meanwhile, is furious. He can't believe that Goku has pushed him this far. He complains that allowing a mortal to fight him on this level has damaged the reputation of the God of Destruction. Beerus then declares that he is going to beat Goku into the ground. Beerus begins overwhelming Goku with his superior strength, relentlessly attacking him. But as the battle continues, something unexpected happens. Without warning, Goku's Super Saiyan God form disappears, and he returns to his normal Super Saiyan form. Beerus initially assumes that Goku has become much weaker. But surprisingly, Goku's strength doesn't decrease. Beerus takes several painful hits and is shocked by how powerful Goku remains. The God of Destruction wonders how Goku can still possess so much power after losing his Super Saiyan God form. Goku himself is confused. He knows that the Super Saiyan God transformation has disappeared, yet he can still feel the same power inside his body. He asks Beerus about it. Beerus explains that the power of the Super Saiyan God has most likely been absorbed into Goku's body. That is why Goku can continue fighting at nearly the same level even after returning to his regular Super Saiyan form. Goku doesn't completely understand the explanation, but he accepts it. Beerus tells him that he has successfully absorbed the divine power. Goku simply smiles and prepares himself for another round. He doesn't want to waste any more time talking. He clenches his fists, eager to continue the fight. Beerus tells him that if that's what he wants, he'll gladly knock him down. The two warriors immediately charge at each other and begin another brutal exchange. Their battle carries them rapidly downward from the upper atmosphere until they return to Earth. The fight then continues beneath the surface of the ocean. Goku needs to breathe, so he quickly tries to escape back toward the surface. But Beerus immediately catches him and drags him back underwater. Goku struggles to fight Beerus beneath the waves. He desperately tries to break free, unleashing a powerful burst of Super Saiyan energy that violently disturbs the surrounding ocean. Huge waves are thrown into the air, but even that isn't enough. Beerus grabs both of Goku's arms and holds him firmly in place. Seeing that Goku is struggling, Beerus prepares to finish the exchange. Goku suddenly unleashes another burst of power and breaks free from the ground beneath them. As the god of destruction, Beerus has no interest in relying on cheap tricks. He effortlessly brings Goku back toward the ocean at incredible speed. Beerus then delivers a devastating kick that sends Goku flying hundreds of meters across the water. Goku uses one hand against the surface to slow himself down. He immediately gathers all the strength remaining in his body and fires an enormous Kamehameha. Beerus simply raises one hand. The devastating energy blast crashes into his palm and is completely neutralized. Beerus reveals that he can absorb most of the energy from Goku's attacks. He then charges forward again and engages Goku in another fierce hand-to-hand battle. After a violent exchange of blows, Beerus creates multiple afterimages of himself. All of them simultaneously launch energy attacks at Goku. A massive explosion follows. Yet Goku refuses to give up. Surrounded by the intense heat and shockwaves, Goku gathers his remaining strength and bursts straight through the energy. He charges forward and delivers an incredibly powerful punch. Beerus catches the attack with his hand and absorbs its energy. But Goku doesn't retreat. Instead, he pushes himself even harder. With one final burst of strength, Goku manages to force Beerus away from Earth and sends him flying into outer space. Beerus quickly regains control and stops himself. However, Goku's energy is rapidly being depleted. The power he has been using throughout the battle has taken an enormous toll on his body. His body becomes heavy, and he begins falling uncontrollably toward Earth. Beerus watches him with growing respect. After everything they have been through, Beerus admits that he no longer sees Goku as an ordinary mortal. But Goku still isn't satisfied. He desperately wants to win. His body is completely exhausted, and he begins falling toward Earth. Suddenly, the flames surrounding his body reignite. The burning energy awakens Goku once again. His refusal to lose and his determination to keep fighting cause another surge of power. Goku refuses to accept defeat. He pushes himself beyond his limits once again, unleashing an even greater level of Super Saiyan power. Beerus has developed genuine respect for Goku. Even so, Beerus prepares one final attack. He creates a highly concentrated sphere of destructive energy and sends it toward Earth. Goku has no choice but to confront it. He catches the enormous energy sphere with both hands and desperately tries to hold it back. The tremendous pressure forces Goku to his limits. Eventually, Goku is forced directly into the center of the energy sphere. Even then, Goku refuses to surrender. From inside the sphere, he gathers every last bit of strength he has left and launches one final attack. The energy suddenly begins shaking violently. A gigantic explosion erupts. When the smoke finally clears, Goku is completely exhausted. He can no longer stand. Goku has finally lost the battle to Beerus, the god of destruction. With all of his energy gone, Goku's body begins falling rapidly toward Earth.